The wolves howl, and the crows watch, and I, Daniel, the keeper of arcane secrets, bring you to what remains of the once sleepy town of Radiance, Yukon. It is mid-November in the year 1922, and this lonely, freezing part of the world reflects the sinister lights that bounce upon the snow-covered town from the aurora borealis above. Gigantic crows watch from the rooftops, and a massive wolf pack, led by a supernatural monstrosity, watch from the surrounding woods. Parts of the town are ablaze. Most of the citizens are dead or mutilated, and all forms of transportation have been destroyed. Not long ago, a desperate encoded message was sent from the telegraph in the post office to the nearby military base of Fort London. The response? Evacuation forces are 2 days away. As survivors huddle in buildings, trying to escape their twisted and mutilated friends and families, a nearby Inuit tribe watches and waits to see what happens. As the smoke from multiple fires wafts toward the northern lights, a small group of frightened strangers have decided to abandon the mysteries of the valley and merely try to survive. The young and wealthy Charity Flanagan flees north of town with the brutally wounded detective Martin Claude Noir, leading 5 civilians, including a Cherokee man named Wash, a young girl Christine, and a frightened young train worker named Peter Black. They run for a shed on the outskirts of town, where the crippled mother and her daughter are cowering in a secret underground chamber. Charity and Detective Noir, among others, had promised to find the crippled woman's missing husband. They discovered an unconscious man in a prohibition smuggling cellar beneath the inn, and while the bartender, Leona Harmon, identified him as the missing husband and father, a quick search of his pockets revealed that he had lied to her for an unknown reason before succumbing to some vicious wounds. His identification named him as a defense attorney named Reuben Ward. Now they try not to jostle him on a makeshift stretcher, as the townsfolk all seem to be distracted at the kennels. Meanwhile, Nurse Gertrude and her secretive protector Gunther hesitate in the inn with the mountain of a man known as Moses T. Ripley. Moses, or Rip to his friends, has learned of an Inuit chant that seems to repel the robed figures who have been following them, and he wants to use the broadcast radio in the post office to blare it across town. Unfortunately, he has also learned that the radio is missing an integral component, the capacitor. He debates where they could find a new one while he crouches in the darkness with the nurse and the strange hunter that always seems to follow her around. But what do we really know about the big bearded miner who calls himself Rip? Allow us for a moment to reach into his history and uncover his truths.
My name is Moses T. Ripley. I'm also known as Rip to my friends, and I'm played by Adam. I'm 36 years old, and my occupation is an ore miner by trade, but I want to mine for gold. I'm originally from just outside Minneapolis on a small farm, and the reason I'm coming to Radiance, Yukon is because I'm looking for an undiscovered gold mine up here that maybe nobody got to during the gold rush. I fought in the war, the Great War, what will be known as World War I, and I was a tank mechanic. I didn't see a whole lot of action, but I did see a little bit, and I saw kind of the shell shock of the others around me. I'm a pretty big guy, 6'6" and 240 pounds, and I got a big-ass black beard. Because of what went on in the war, my hands are pretty calloused and scarred up, and I've got an intimidating frame. People don't immediately trust me. I went through a little bit of a personal crisis during the war. I got called home early to take care of the mother's farm because all 3 of my brothers were dead. Joseph was a pilot, and Richard and Gertie were infantry. They actually found Richard and Gertie curled up together, dead on the battlefield. It took a toll on my mom, so I had to come home. I have been working at the iron ore mine, but it's not enough to keep the farm afloat, so I've decided to come up here and hopefully find an investor and maybe find an appropriate mine shaft to work. I still have the necklace with all 3 dog tags around my neck, and I wear my younger brother's flight jacket. It's kind of worn and tattered, but the leather's still holding up for now. Mechanically, my main 2 statistics are strength and constitution, but I'm pretty fucking big, so my worst 2 stats are power and appearance, but I ain't ugly. Don't you fucking think I am. My luck is average. My sanity starts at 65, and I have a whopping 17 hit points. The investigator skills that I'm most proficient with are fight, brawl, listen, spot hidden, stealth, mechanical repair, and electrical repair. And it's a pretty good thing that I'm up here in Radiance because I also got a knowledge of geology. Honestly, I'm not very wealthy, but I've got a winning fucking personality. You can check out my player Adam on Instagram at Rusty Styrofoam.
Now, sitting in the abandoned bar at the Wolfjaw Inn, he watches Charity and Detective Noir disappear with the survivors into the snowy glow of the shifty lights in the sky, and he plots with a hunter and a nurse about how to proceed, while inside his backpack 6 sticks of dynamite lay ready for destruction. Breathe deeply and settle in to the penultimate episode of
The Deep Dark of Radiance.
You 2 are taking off with all of the survivors that you currently have.
Yeah.
You guys are going to take off with them and head up north. So while you go, I would like for you to roll stealth check. And you are rolling with penalty because of the crowd you have. This is bullshit.
I have failed.
Okay, you guys are
almost at it.
You guys are running up Main Street. And as you do, you hear a curse behind you. You guys had built a rough cot, if I recall, that you were going to
stretcher.
use. Yeah, a stretcher that you're going to use to drag Reuben around, the unknown unconscious man up until this point. You guys hear a curse as that breaks behind you. And as it does, you guys notice 2 or 3 crows come and land on the buildings on either side of you. You guys are just up by... basically on the other end of the Wolfjaw Inn, and where Li Feng Hong Laundry is. And as you stop with this thing broken at your feet, you look over to your left, and inside of Li Feng Hong's laundromat, you see something shifting and moving within there.
Okay, well, I think I'll stop Charity. Alright. And we'll, I guess, sneak up to the window and look in?
I don't want to do that.
Oh, we just keep running?
I'm going to run.
Okay, well, I will. Charity has decided she runs away. I will. Can I see from where I am what's inside?
You could roll spot hidden if you'd like.
I shall do that. Do I have any kind of penalty? I feel like I don't.
I'm just going to get ready to run.
Oh, this could be good. Okay, I'm going to use a point of luck to pass this check.
In the darkness of the laundromat, you see a glimmer of something shine in the eerie red light that is kind of cast over everything as you guys are wandering around basically at night, because it is the deep dark. And you hear a click.
Oh, God, I've played enough games to know what this is.
With your military experience, you understand what it looks like to look down the barrel of a rifle. And you hear a click. Now, you have an option. You could either A, do nothing, or you could duck for cover.
Okay. I'll duck for cover. Yelling Charity to come and help me.
Okay, roll a dodge.
Not good. It's half, right? What? Well, he's clearly... No, he hasn't fired at me yet, has he?
Ducking for cover is the act that you could take when someone fires a firearm at you.
Well, I guess I'll push this roll in? Oh, shit, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna push this roll.
You got this.
Is that a hard... It's a dodge.
Well, I'm gonna put 3 points of luck in it to make sure that I succeed this.
Okay.
Because I needed 10.
The sound of glass shattering erupts through the air as a rifle slug shoots through the window and embeds in the wall behind you. It zips by your ear as you hit the deck. I need dexterities of the people who are present.
Dexterity checks?
No, just I need your dexterity score as we work initiative, because you're in combat.
Oh my god, 80.
46.
Do I have any dynamite? I got Molotovs, so I'm totally
Okay,
cool.
so Detective Noir is first.
Well, this guy
What was
just
your
fucked up.
dexterity?
46. We have to go in the combat.
You could run away. It is an option. As you hit the deck, you hear the sound of a gun quickly reloading and
Yeah.
steps retreating away from you inside a leaf farm.
Well, that person just ran away?
Yeah. Because it is your turn at now, because you ducked for cover, your turn is passed over. You basically could pop your head up on your turn. Your next turn you could do something. And on his turn, he reloaded his weapon and ran away. Charity.
I'm going to lift up my rifle and get ready. Do I see anybody?
Roll a spot hidden.
37.
I want you to shoot that motherfucker.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, you don't see anything inside. There's some like shifting movement inside of the laundromat, but you can't. There's nothing to really aim at.
Okay.
You note your NPCs have kind of all collapsed upon each other, and they're covering the body of the unconscious man who's there with them. That would make it Inspector Noir's turn.
I saw him run out the back of the building.
Yeah,
This person. How tall is this building?
It is it's got a second floor to it, so it's about a 20-foot building.
I got enough Molotov to pull this off.
You're throwing a Molotov.
Over the building. He ran out the back of the building. There's a big spread of Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
Because there's no one else around shooting me, right?
Not that you see. Roll, but you have penalty because you cannot see your target.
We can go to the machine and mill as well.
There's all.
You guys do hear the other three of you do hear a rifle shot go off and the sound of glass shatter.
Good.
And they just left the inn.
What do I usually roll for this?
Throw.
Okay. Fucker. Well, no.
No. You throw this thing up.
We didn't need the laundromat, did we?
And as you do, you kind of scare off one of these crows. And it flies off in one direction. And as it's beating its wings, it manages to hit the glass bottle, which kind of tumbles off to one side. The bottle hits the side of the laundromat and kind of rolls off the hill. Off the slope of the roof. And then falls between the two buildings of the inn and the laundromat.
Okay.
And you hear glass shattering. Orange light pours out of the alley.
Yeah, but the building next to it's already been blown up.
On the other side of the building, which would be the back of the inn, you have also lit on fire.
You just lit the inn on fire?
You hear another gunshot ring off, and it shoots past you, misses by a mile, and it embeds in the wall behind you. And then you turn your head to see the back door at the back of the laundromat open up, and you see the silhouette of a man. This guy's got a gigantic rifle, and he turns and looks down the way at you a little bit. And he is an older man, maybe in his early 60s. He looks dirty, and his eyes are wild. And he slams the door behind him. Charity.
Do I see all this, or am I too far away?
You are actually just far enough back to see that the Molotov cocktail that Detective Noir has thrown has ended up rolling down the roof of the laundromat, landing in the alley that you could see down, and now has absolutely engulfed the side of the laundromat and the side of the inn in flame.
Okay. I'm gonna keep moving with the others, and I'm gonna yell for Detective Noir to just come on.
I will come.
What are you guys doing with the broken sled that you guys
Stretcher.
Stretcher.
There's NPCs with me though.
Yeah, but you have... I mean, Wash could carry him. Peter Black is limping as he's going. But you can do Wash. You can get Wash to pick him up and carry him.
Yeah, Wash can carry him.
Leona will not be strong enough to do it. Neither will Christine.
Wash can carry him.
Wash can carry him? Okay. Wash bends over to pick up...
I can carry him. I'm 5'4", 130 pounds.
Fair enough. Wash bends over, and Wash is like 6'1". He's a big
Oh,
man.
well, yeah, he could definitely carry him.
He bends over and picks up Ruben. And the bunch of you take off yet again. Are any of you going to pursue who this unnamed shooter was?
Not anymore.
Not anymore? Okay. You guys take off. Making your way down the alley. I need another stealth check. It is definitely a disadvantage now. So you get a penalty dice.
I'm just going to be running. I'm just running.
32, so fails.
Okay. You guys make a lot of noise as you're carrying through, and you manage to get up to Broadway, take a left, and you are running towards the train tracks. Mm-hmm. As you get there, as you pass the rubble of the building, which was the general store that you guys blew up, you make your way just past the building when another gunshot goes off. Again, sailing just wide of your head. And as you look, you see crouched amongst the rubble, you see that same old man, his hair salt and pepper and just absolutely ragged, just strewn about. And he's got this gun trained on you, and he spits on the ground and is loading another bolt inside of this gun.
How far away from me is he?
He is about 20 yards away, 30 yards away.
Fuck this guy. Right.
It is Charity's turn.
I'm gonna turn around and kind of say, stop, don't shoot.
Okay, roll a persuasion.
86.
Ooh.
That is a success.
86 is a success?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Detective Noir, what would you like to do?
I guess I will not shoot him. I will... What's my health like? Oh. I will hide behind Charity and say,
Great.
Wait, stop!
You hear the ravings of a man who has lost his connection with reality. And he starts to scream at you, calling you creature of nightmare. You need to be put down like the rest of these heathens. And he takes a shot at you. With an extreme success.
Oh.
Well, it's been fun.
What would you like to do? You can dodge. You could duck for cover, or you can get shot and take a lot of damage.
Or you can get shot.
I'm
You
gonna...
duck for cover, it takes your turn up for 3 days, so...
I'm gonna try to dodge.
Long rest.
You're gonna try to duck for cover?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You dive to the side.
Ooh, 26?
You need a hard success for this to pass.
No, so close. Okay, I'm gonna spend 6 luck to make it work.
In related news, who are you hiding behind?
I'm sorry.
Brave Charity.
How do bullets work?
Yeah, but how tall are you?
You...
I don't know.
How tall?
5'4"?
Oh, convenient. You're 6'1", and an extreme success means you got hit in the head. Therefore, you moved out the way and went over top. It's basic math, Dan.
Yeah. You can roll for a duck and cover as well.
Because now I'm being shot at.
Because with Charity's success of her dodging out of the way, that bullet will now hit you.
Oh! For the internet out there, that was a 2.
Which is an extreme success.
Yeah.
You
suck it.
You hit the deck as well, and you hear the soft of snow erupting behind you as this bullet makes contact with it. He sits there, and you hear the sound of him reloading his gun again. And out of urgency, he's going to shoot at you while reloading, which is something he can do. However, he shoots with a penalty, and because you are also down and ducked for cover, he gets another penalty die. So
nice.
He is going to shoot at, actually, Charity with double penalty dice. Which unfortunately is a success.
Oh my god.
So, but not a hard success. You're only going to take normal rifle damage here.
How much is that?
You're only going to take normal rifle damage.
I would like for you to take 3 damage.
This is an outrage. Now I have 6 hit points.
Yeah, so as a small caliber bullet drags across your arm, it opens up your expensive travel clothes, which you have so far kept relatively clean and flawless. But now you see someone has made you bleed your own blood. Because both of you ducked for cover on your turn, the previous turn, it would bring it back to the top of the initiative order, which is Detective Noir. What would you like to do?
How far away is he again?
He's about 20 to 30 yards.
And if I move towards him, can I do my 3 shots with my ruler?
Yes.
Or I just need to move to get within range of 15 yards?
Well, he's within 20, so, I mean, if you move your full move of 6, you will decrepit man. You should be able to get close enough to...
Okay, I'm going to fire 3 shots. Would you like me to fire all 3 and then tell you which one's hit?
Yes, please.
So it's got to be a hard success, right?
Yes, it does. Wait 1 second.
Oh, come
Wow.
on, Dad!
Wow, come on. That is...
You have to roll with penalty because he's ducked behind some cover right now.
What do I got to get? 38? And what did I get? 45? I'm blasting 7 points of luck into the first shot to make sure I hit him. Because I have 3 hit points, so I need to hit him. That's 2 shots hit so far.
Okay.
3rd shot.
You have been rolling insane.
Boom, boom, boom. All 3.
Nicely done. Roll damage for all 3, my friend.
I got 24 points of damage.
Woof.
You got.
Okay. You managed to clip him in the shoulder with one of the bullets, and he, actually embedded in the shoulder, and you see his arm go limp, and he screams out in pain, and he reaches for it, moving himself into a more open position. You catch him with your second bullet in the neck, cutting the noise he's making off. This wet, gurgling noise, the only sound left as you drill that last bullet into his chest. He hits the ground, dead. However, with your history of shooting people, I need for you to roll a sanity check, please.
Oh, is that 57? My sanity is 57.
You get a brief, vision, but your training and mental fortitude has permitted you to be able to move past this. And you see on the ground this dead man who is wearing priest's smocks, who has, laying on the ground next to him, a standard hunting rifle. And what would look like another small little pouch on his side that jingles with rounds.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Charity, can you cover me while I investigate this body?
There are crows standing and looking at you from all corners of every building, and you start to hear the gentle thrumming of either heavy footfalls or a group of people walking in unison, and it's getting louder and louder towards you.
Okay.
Rip, Gertie, Gun. You've heard several gunshots go off. What would you like to do?
So we're still in the inn at this point?
You're still in the inn at this point.
Have we smelled smoke yet?
Not yet.
Okay. So the 3 of us are going to head to the laundromat.
You grab your stuff and you make your way out, and this is when you hear a 3-shot happen further up Main Street.
I'm going to stop and I'm going to look at them and be like, did that come from the direction of the laundromat?
I would imagine.
I would imagine so.
Roll a listen.
I don't know.
Me neither.
The worst thunder ever.
So I look at them and go, with my hard success, yes it did, guys. So maybe we should head to the mill, to the milling machinery, and get the capacitor from there instead.
I want to look around, see what's going on outside here. I get a hard success for spot hidden.
You see, on the edge of all the buildings all the way around you see these large 5-foot crows with their red eyes.
Are they looking at us?
And they are looking straight at you. All the way around on the perch of every building. And you see them, you see another couple dozen of them flying up in the air. You do hear the sound of chanting with your hard success. You hear the sound of chanting, and as you lean out, you see the crowd that is this 24 cultists who you saw before moving their way up Church Street away from the kennels. And as they move past the kennels, you see the kennels are on fire.
It seems like a good distraction to sneak over to the machine shop.
Yep, let's go to the Watson Milling and Machining.
Okay, roll stealth. If you guys want to move stealthily, if you don't, then don't worry about it.
Extreme success. Oh, sorry, no, just a hard.
Success. Ooh, that's not bad.
That's actually not bad for me. That's a regular success.
Okay. You guys sneak up along the side of King George Boulevard, and you take a quick little turn around McGregor Lodging, which is a large residential building, a 3-story condo building of sorts. Very big box store kind of looking thing. You come upon this large statue in the middle of the town, which is this large circle that's on the map there. And it is this 15-foot statue of the person who founded Radiance. Years upon years back. This is the guy who found gold originally in this valley and started the first gold rush inspection of this valley. He's the guy who, I think his last name was McGregor. He was the guy who originally dug the cave that you guys did not go into. I need for all of you to roll sanity saves, please.
Yes.
Ooh, oh my.
Super yes.
On the nose.
On the nose? Mm-hmm. That's a success?
Yep.
Okay. You guys look up and you see draped on this thing, you see 3 eviscerated and flayed bodies. Their tendons and organs have been strung out from the statue on, like, connected to the other building, and they're just hanging off of him. And his body on this thing has been scraped and scarred. The actual stone itself of the statue has been marred so that there is no face on him anymore, and it is just this black with blood, tall shape of a man standing there amongst eviscerated bodies.
Oh, fuck that. Let's get out of here.
Gertie does this. It's just like hand over face, go, 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 go.
Okay. You guys make your way to the corner of Broadway and King George to see that the kennel itself is up in flame, and you see several dead bodies kind of in front and around this. You would actually recognize this building as the one you originally started encountering the weird cult-like activity of this town.
Yep.
You guys look up Church Street and you see the cultists as a whole flooding into the church, which is right next to the kennels and right across the street from the mill shop. You guys, however, are standing on the corner right next to the mill shop itself. No one seems to have seen you, or in terms of cultists, you do note that the crows are kind of keeping their distance from the flame. It is kind of keeping them abated and off to the side. They're flying around it, but none of them are looking kind of directly at it. And as such, you guys have this moment of anonymity almost in the town. Like, you guys feel secure.
Do you guys want to meet me inside as I pull out dynamite and look at the church?
Oh,
Full of cultists.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, sure. Let's just
Hold
murder
on.
a bunch of people.
Hold on. You're the one that can fix the machinery.
Okay.
Give me the dynamite.
Oh no, I've seen this movie.
Here we go.
Oh, she just
Hug him.
Gun.
Tell him how you feel.
Gun.
Don't you let him go. That
I
was it.
appreciate you as a human being, and your feelings are valid, my friend. I hope, now that you're 3 days from retirement...
Getting too old for this shit.
A solitary tear rolls from beneath Rip's sunglasses.
Be good, my friend. Here,
Oh,
take another.
I got
Just in
a picture of
case.
these two.
How much dynamite are you giving him?
2 sticks.
Of how much left do you have?
I have many sticks. Hold on. I have 6 sticks, so now I have 4. I believe in you.
I don't. Alright.
Do me a quick favor, Rip. I need you to roll a
So your life hangs in the balance.
An education roll, please.
An education roll?
Yeah.
Alright, what is this for?
See if you're smart enough.
No. Yeah, just roll
Is it intelligence or education?
Education.
Get advantage if you're privately educated.
I'm gonna blow the one. No, I'll just stick with the hard success.
The hard success? Okay. You would know that judging by the sturdiness of this church, which you could see off to the distance, and knowing your history, knowing that most of these early to late 19th century towns, when they built the things around, the sturdiest, the most secure, and the best built building in the entire town are always the church. They're the places people would go if there was any sort of danger or whatnot to the town. So they built them well. 2 sticks of dynamite is not going to be enough.
The good news is that if you smash a window and throw them in, it will contain the blast and do extra damage to people inside.
Yes.
So, do you want me to do it?
Are there windows? Are they shuttered?
There are windows. They're shuttered.
Alright, well then I will hand you all 6 sticks, apparently.
From the outside.
Oh, well then, open a fucking window.
This is a bad idea.
Is it?
Yeah.
Take Gertie, you'll be fine.
I want nothing to do with burning a church down.
No, I understand. We have a narrow window here to do this. And something tells me that the gods of Radiance are unforgiving and arbitrary. And so perhaps we should whack to this quickly.
I will sneak over to the church with 2 sticks of dynamite.
You can do it.
Roll stealth.
Off to a good start. That's a hard success.
You slip into the darkness and you make your way up to the alley between. Standing in front of you is the Oblate of Mary Immaculate. It is a large Catholic church. There are large stained glass windows higher up on the 2nd story. There is these large wooden doors, thick and ironclad, that have been closed. You hear chanting starting to come from the inside of this building, and there are several windows on either side, on all sides, that have been shuttered closed.
How easy would it be to open these shutters, do I think?
From the way you're looking at it, should be pretty easy to do, but do me a favor, roll an intelligence check.
8. That's extreme.
You would know that if you open the shutters on the side of the building that has the gigantic bonfire that's currently going on behind you, they will know. However, also the only way you're going to light it. Do you have a lighter?
Yes, I do.
Okay, fine.
Got a bunch of matches too. Alright, I'm gonna pry one open just enough so that it's free to move, and then I want to get the dynamite ready so I can open it and throw them both in, shut it again, and run like hell.
Okay. I need for you to do me a favor on a couple rolls here. Let's roll a sleight of hand for opening this thing quietly.
Is there something else we can
Let's go with a sleight of hand for opening this thing quietly. How bad did you fail?
It's a 68 to a 10. I needed a 10.
Rolled a 95 for their listen, so you're good. You open the door,
They are
and
chanting loud.
there's a large creak, and as you open this door, you get hit with this wave of chanting that has kind of rushed over you. There is, inside, they have what looks like several unconscious forms that they are holding up above their heads and moving towards the center of the church, where on the main altar at the head of the church, they have this grotesque, blasphemous thing set up, and they are putting these bodies on top. A couple of them are tied up and struggling as they are dropping these bodies onto the altar.
Well, they're dead anyway, so let's continue with the plan.
Yep.
Do it.
What are you doing?
I'm throwing these 2 sticks of dynamite in. I'm going to light them and throw them.
I need for you to roll 2 throw checks, please.
Well, that's not a good idea.
No, do it.
Oh, what the?
That is not a success.
Oh god. Not what you want to hear when it's dynamite.
I don't think I can burn that much luck.
You can push it.
No, that's a worse idea, Dan. Nope, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. Do the other one. That one is not successful either. I could burn enough luck, though. Jeez. Yes, I will burn some luck for the second one, which gives me 3 luck left.
Just so I've painted this picture correctly. You had 2 sticks of dynamite, you threw one, it bounced off the window frame and back at your feet, so you just immediately attempted to throw the other one. But then that one missed, so then you poured luck into it to make sure that that one went in, but yet there is still a stick of dynamite. Probably
And
just...
I'm running like hell.
Oh, okay.
And he's running like hell. And I like to point out, both sticks of dynamite are inside the building.
Okay.
That was a given. If he fumbled, that is the only way that these would have been outside the building. What I was asking him to roll the throw for was how far away from him these sticks of dynamite got to make his run away maybe better. So,
I had to burn 31 luck.
Fine.
okay.
3 left.
You, with your elbow, shatter open one of these sections of glass and you hurl these 2 pieces of dynamite in. One of them barely clears the pew that is directly in front of you. The other one doesn't even get that far. It lands in the pew 10 feet in front of you. You turn and you haul ass. The church explodes, specifically the side of the church that you're in, because you are less than 10 feet away from a stick of dynamite. Dave, I need for you to roll a dexterity check with double penalty.
Oh my god.
That's a 1 and a 51. And a 91.
Oh shit.
I'll burn 1 luck to make it a pass.
Okay.
Well done.
You're going to take 5 damage.
Is that all?
How many hit points do you have?
3?
That's okay, we got a nurse.
You see stone and debris shower forward, and you actually manage to get clipped in the head with 1 piece, and as you're spinning, a larger chunk hits you in the chest. You go down with this heavy piece of stone on your chest. I need for you to roll a Constitution save.
I was not successful.
Okay. We will get to you in a minute. Rip and Gertie.
Oh, I'm just going to break my way in.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are we breaking in a window on this side, or are we trying to go?
No,
in the front entrance?
I'm going, and I want to be away from where the church is.
Okay, so like along.
Okay, you guys cut into the alley and you see there's actually, because this is a machinist shop, there's a large bay door, and then as you go down, there's another normal standard door to get into the back of the machinist shop, as well as a large brick wall that is basically closed down.
Oh,
you see barrels of oil and
Are there any windows?
up on the second floor there are. On this floor there aren't, except for there is a window on the door, and that's it.
Okay, well, I'm just going to smash the window on the door and then reach through and unlock the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I can use my shovel for this, just smash.
You smash through the window, and there's a resulting smashing noise, and you hear the sound of glass falling. You reach in and grab the handle of the door, turn it, and unlock it, and the door swings open. You guys make your way in. What are you using for a light source? Because as you walk in, it is pitch black.
I'm going to hand you a lantern.
Oh, cool.
And I will light it, and I'm also going to arm myself with my trusty shovel.
Okay. You go over and with, what are you using to light it? Just a lighter? Or is it a match?
No,
Okay.
I'm going to light it.
You flick the lighter and takes you a couple attempts, like a good couple seconds for the light to catch. And as you hit that light the last time and you see the flame go, you hear a deafening boom and the ground rumbles, and all of a sudden the light fills this room for the barest of seconds.
How big is this room then? If we're in the back, and
You're in a large mechanic's shop.
Okay.
Like this door leads you right into the back of a mechanic's shop.
Cool.
And you see through the front bay windows, you see this bright flash of orange and white light, already extending beyond the light that the burning kennels across the street is bringing into the building. And you hear the thuds and smacks of the rock and rubble hitting the side of the building. You hear glass shattering above you and across. You hear the crows lose their crap. All of a sudden, the sky fills with the cars and the screams of the crows as they are spinning around.
I would probably run to the front and look at the window and down the street to see what the array looks.
I'm then going to pull out the big-ass flashlight that I have and start looking at it. You get your eyes on gun, I'll find the capacitor.
I don't even know what we're looking for, so I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a spot hidden.
Yeah. That is... I'll spend 2 luck to make that a pass.
Okay. Rip. Roll a spot hidden, but it'll be... you need a hard success to find what you're looking for here.
No. That's a failure.
Do you want to push it? Do you want to spend luck?
I will spend luck for extreme success.
You are digging away through basically this wall of miscellaneous car parts, radio parts, basically anything electrical or mechanical. There's train mechanisms in here. You're digging through it all, and you're able to actually categorize some of this as you go with your expertise. And you do manage to find, buried in the back, an old grease-soaked box. You pull it out and you open it up, and inside is a loosely wrapped in brown paper capacitor. It looks old, but it might work. Your spot hidden, Gertie. What did you get?
I passed.
You passed. You look outside and you see a gun with a 4-foot wide by 3-foot thick chunk of stone on his chest, and he is trying to push this thing off. He's alive. He's having a lot of trouble breathing with this big chunk of stone that he's trying to roll off.
I'll call shit, and I'll just run out the front door and down the street.
I'm going to see her go, and then I'm just going to follow.
Okay.
I have this.
You're actively suffocating right now as your lungs are getting crushed by this gigantic chunk of stone. As you are trying to pull this thing off, I need for you to roll a strength check.
No, I did not pass.
No? Okay. You're going to take 2 more damage as this thing slowly crushes in on you. The weight itself. But as you take that 2 more damage, you hear the sounds of footfalls, and you look over to see the shape of your savior, Gertie, has arrived. What would you like to do?
With my tiny nurse arms, I am going to try and help push this rock off this man's chest.
Okay. Directly behind her is the 6'4" giant of a man, Rip. I'm giving you the option. Are you going to help throw this rock off?
Yes.
Help me get my rock.
Okay.
Do you want to give me advantage on this by helping? Can we do that?
Yes.
So here's the thing. My medical understanding, if this man's been crushed, there might be some blood gushing right away. So I might prep myself to immediately do a med check.
Roll a medicine check.
Okay.
And if you succeed, you will aid Rip.
Ooh.
That is an extreme success.
Ooh, goddamn.
Wow.
I rolled a 3.
Fantastic.
13.
Cool. Yeah, you would understand that he's got blood, he's coughing up blood, and he is experiencing some severe trauma to his chest as this thing is crushing on him. You know that if you roll it off, you're going to need to get in there right quick, but you have everything you need with you. So you start pulling that out, and you instruct Rip how to lift this thing off, in what direction to aid him.
Yeah. I need you to turn the rock top-wise, and then kind of to the left, right-hand side, and then just give it a little bit of a shove.
You have 1 bonus dice on this, so you have advantage.
Well, that is a hard success.
Hard success. You, with a grunt of effort, throw this rock off, and it just does the 1 turn and lands on its side, and you free up Gun's chest. You see,
there, buddy.
You've taken some heavy damage, and you note that close by the fire there is just a roaring blaze, and you hear screaming from inside the church. Roll a medicine with advantage to at least stabilize him, so that he's not actively dying.
Okay, so it's a pass.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's first aid for immediately after.
So first aid, still just a pass.
Okay. You go and you bandage him up and get him up on your feet. You gain another hit point as she manages to help you out here. And as she does so, you guys hear a loud scream behind you, and you turn to see Raymond Sullivan, who is the one who was talking to you at the radio. And he pulls out a handgun, and he's going to point it towards you guys. What would you like to do?
I'm going to say, carry that man and run and give me a rifle.
Have my rifle.
I'm gonna... It's okay, buddy. We can make it. And I'm gonna start dragging him away.
Okay.
Staying low.
What is your guys' dexterity checks, please?
76.
76?
Well, like, what's my number?
Yeah.
90.
65 for me.
Gun. You get to go first. You were injured and you were getting actively helped off of the battlefield with by Rip, but what would you like to do?
I can't do a first aid check for myself here.
No, you cannot.
I want to get the hell out of there.
Okay. So you're just gonna run?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what
Do me a favor. Roll a Constitution check.
Pass.
Okay. You've given Rip advantage on his getting away. Which Rip?
Yep, what am I rolling to get away, to get us inside?
Roll a dexterity.
And I got advantage.
You get advantage, yeah.
That's a success.
That's a success? Okay. You and Gunn dive into the machinist shop as Raymond Sullivan, father of Sheriff Sullivan,
I'm wearing his son's jacket.
shoots his pistol at the nurse standing in the alley.
Bring it.
Yeah. Remember, there's a big ass chunk of church to hide.
There's a big ass chunk of church. He is going to hit with a hard success unless you do something.
Do I get advantage if I try and dodge under behind this rock?
No, you just get the ability to do it. So you could roll a duck for cover.
Alright, so it's just dodge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank the Lord! So that's actually I'm going to spend 3 luck to make that a hard pass.
You duck behind this large block of stone and you hear 3 shots bang off the side of it. That would have met true. You hear his insane screaming, and there is a deep howl to it that is starting to gurgle. This almost otherworldly aspect to this noise. Mm-hmm. I need for everyone to roll a listen check, please.
I do not hear it.
I do. But just barely.
I do not.
Okay. The sound of the roaring fire both beside you and in front of you with the kennels that has gone up. The roaring fire of all that, you don't recognize this noise. However, Rick, this noise cuts into your mind, and it is a horrible twisting of the human voice. I need for you to roll a sanity check. Not that it's going to matter with your insanity, but...
I'm fine, yeah.
Cool. That makes it Gun's turn. Gun, you are on the floor inside of the machinist shop.
Rip, I think we need to put down some suppressing fire. Get Gertie in here.
Okay.
So we'll go up. I'll go up to a window, and I'll pull out my pistol. And well, I mean, do I see anything first of all?
Yeah, roll spot hidden.
Yeah, success.
Okay. Starting to make his way agonizingly through the flame is a 7-foot-tall Raymond Sullivan. His body is starting to twist and shape as the wounds he has received are causing these mutations on his body. His one arm is far longer than the other, and the one that is holding the gun is standard human arm, but you see a second arm starting to grow off of it. He is howling, and you note that his jaw is broken and distended down, hanging right around chest height as he is just howling. He is just firing his gun full tilt, and there are flames and whatnot licking his skin as he's basically emptying the entire magazine inside of it, at this rock block where Nurse Gertie is standing. You see him clearly, and he is standing there. He is probably about 40 yards away from you.
I've only got my pistol. I'm not going to be able to shoot him from there.
You can with a hard success.
I'll try it. Went from a 20 and then rolled over onto an 80. I don't hit.
Okay. You shoot through the glass and it shatters. And because it happens to hit the glass, it changes the trajectory of the bullet and it just bounces harmlessly off the dirt road. Rip.
Does Gun need help to move, or is he mobile enough on his own?
He could struggle on his own. He's taken some heavy chest wounds and is just bandaged, so like, for all intents and purposes, he's moving at half speed.
Okay. That changes things. Alright, I look at him and say, suppressing fire! And I'm just gonna pick up the flashlight, take a deep breath, flashlight in one hand, chain flail in the other, and run out chanting and shining the flashlight into his eyes.
Okay.
Doing this song.
That makes it his turn. Hearing your chant and the light, he hisses and turns his head towards you. And he's going to shoot. Now, you've distracted him. He's not really quite looking at you, so he's firing with a penalty.
So I'm hoping that the flashlight's blinding.
Yeah. He misses his first shot.
Okay.
He did, however, hit with the second shot, which was a 20. But he gets 3 shots.
Yeah.
His next shot...
What'd you roll?
I rolled 2 6s. So, you can either roll to duck for cover. We'll do the first shot, which was the hard success.
Do you want to get a dodge on the whole group of actions?
Yeah, you're going to have to. So, you need to meet an extreme success to not take damage from either bullet.
For the dodge, eh?
Yeah.
Well, okay, look, I'm rolling against a 7. And that eats my next action. Right? So, I can take it.
Oh my god!
I take it and keep coming at him.
Okay.
It's okay, I got a nurse. So 2 shots hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The first shot is going to do 2 damage to you.
Sure, but it'll only do 1 because I have leather armor on for my flight jacket.
The second shot, which was an extreme success.
Yep.
Is that what leather armor does?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other shot, because it is an extreme success, will impale.
Sure.
Which means it is going to do max damage plus max bonus damage.
Cool.
Plus an additional weapon damage dice.
Good. -1.
Which I just rolled max.
Sure, I'm dead.
So you take 16 damage.
And it was 16 minus the 1. So 15.
15 damage.
I have a single hit point, ladies and gentlemen.
Which means you fall prone, and I need you to roll a con roll.
Okay. Success.
Success? You're not unconscious.
But I'm mad.
But you're very, very mad. Gertie, it is your turn. So if you were to go over to help him, you would be exposing yourself.
You also have the dynamite on your body, don't you?
I do.
Red Dynamite is his name.
And I'm gonna...
You quickly scramble over to him.
I scramble as fast as my nurse legs and arms can take me. And I will grab one of these dynamite sticks, and you have a lighter on your person, right? I have a lantern, actually.
You have a lantern.
So...
There's no flame inside.
Let me just light this sucker, and I'm gonna throw it down.
Oh, God.
Roll a throw! Keep in mind, he has been slowly making his way towards you.
Yeah.
He is 20 yards away.
Throw it 10 yards past him. You're laughing. What'd you get?
I'm gonna spend 3 luck to make that a success.
Is that just a success?
Just a success.
Are you throwing it past him?
Actually, hold on. How much luck do I have? I have 3, 7.
You were shit done.
So I will actually spend 13 to get a hard success.
There is a moment of silence as time seems to slow for just a moment. You hurl this stick of dynamite overhead and lay on him to protect him from what will undoubtedly be a large explosion. The dynamite hits the ground at the base of his feet, skips between his legs, and rolls and hits maybe 10 yards behind him before it stops. He slowly turns and looks, his head turning 180 degrees on its shoulders. Just sickening popping and cracking noises as this thing turns and moves. The jaw gets stuck on one of the shoulders and just flops wetly off the side of him as he looks. And you hear a deep gurgling noise as this explosion goes off. I need for you to roll a luck check, please.
Okay. I can't with all this luck.
No. I spent a lot, right?
That's a failure?
It did not pass.
Okay.
I did not pass.
You are going to take a single point of damage as chunks of road and flesh bounce off of you. And you feel a sharp pain just below your shoulder on your right arm.
Is it his jaw?
You hear another shattering of glass right next to you as this resulting explosion goes off. Shrapnel and various other pieces of flesh and stone are flying through the windows towards you.
I want to dodge them.
Roll a duck for cover.
10. That's a hard success.
Hard success. You realize this would be bad, and you hit the ground. And as you hit the ground, you look forward and you see a revolver that is covered in blood and goo, but it is sitting and spinning as it has flown through the window. There's also pieces of flesh and bone and viscera kind of laying throughout. Another moment of silence, and you look up from, covering Rip and keeping your head shielded. You look up to look around, and you see that you see a pair of, feet up into the knee are still standing where this guy was, and one of them falls haphazardly to the side. The rest of him is gone. There's just gore and viscera everywhere. However, you do see shapes moving behind the flame within the church. Yeah. As they have started to rouse and move again.
I'll try and get up to the kite on the chest. We gotta move.
It's okay, I still got 3 sticks. I can take them.
I'm gonna grab the revolver.
It's a 6-shooter, like standard 1920s era police gun.
Yep.
There are 0 rounds left in it.
I'm gonna sit up and be like, we should go to the radio tower.
Quickly, yes.
Yeah.
As we're running, can I do quick first aid checks just to band up anything that are super bleeding out, or?
You could do not on gun. Gun has been handled. We have not rolled one for Rip yet, so you could go ahead and roll one for Rip.
So that is going to be if it meets,
it's first aid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a hard success.
Hard success. Gain 2 hit points.
Oh, okay. Guys, let's
okay.
Let's go.
3 of you with your component, roll a luck check.
What? Ooh, success.
Okay, it's not broken.
Yeah.
You just took several shots to the chest, were within 20 feet of dynamite going off, fell on it. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys get up and go. Monsieur Noir.
What?
What would you like to do? You are searching through the body. You see a rifle and a small pouch full of ammunition.
Well, I'll take those.
As you are digging through the body, you hear another explosion go off, followed by, very rapidly after, another explosion, pop, pop, from across town.
Just like a psalm. How many rounds do I get?
There are 4 rounds inside of this thing.
Hunting, rifle, 1, 2, 3.
You hear a psst,
I need something. Yeah.
psst, and you look over to see Leona, and she is doing one of these, the hurry up motion, and she points down the road. So I would like for Charity to roll a spot hidden.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
I just also want to quickly rifle through the pockets of this guy. See if there's
No.
anything important there.
Failing.
There is a small pocket Bible, a large
59.
gold and gem encrusted crucifix on a chain hanging off of his neck. There is, as you are like searching him, there is a large scar that is going from his shoulder down his body to his hip that is fresh and angry, like this wound that he has taken. And you see, as you are inspecting him and you're looking at the scar, you see something move within his stomach underneath the surface layer.
I now know what that is from experience.
You would now know what that is. As you're doing this, Leona says hurry up, and you also note that Christine, the younger girl, comes over and taps you on the shoulder, and she points down the way, and you see one of these misshapen, large creatures is now turning its head and looking at you as it stands at the end.
Can I see the?
There's also, as you look down Broadway, you see a raging inferno at the other end of the town, right? And you're standing there, and you see this thing, and it kind of stands up to its full height. Its arms are like cricking and moving very haltedly as its bones are kind of resetting after it has like moved around. And you see it's got 3 large arms that are one is growing out of its mid-abdomen, and each arm has a piece of either iron or one of them has a chair, the other one has a rifle that it's holding by the barrel, and it is kind of dragging these 3 weapons through the ground as it starts to move towards you quickly from the far end of Broadway.
Can I see the big thick worm?
Yeah, it's through the intestine and down. So like his belly extends and then goes back to normal.
Oh, and then it's gone.
Well, it's not showing an effect on the stomach.
If it comes back into view, I'd like to stab the worm with my bayonet.
No, just set it on fire.
Leona's like, we need to go.
Oh, I didn't want to burn you. Okay. Sure. We can go. Yes, if it's not coming back yet.
Okay. Roll a listen as you grab your stuff and like. Cool.
Yeah.
As you get your way back up to Broad, and Wash is standing there holding this body of the lawyer, and you guys are starting to move your way through the town as like starting to run away. You hear something hit the soft snow-covered ground, and you look over your shoulder and you see this guy who just took some shots to like the head and neck is starting to pull himself up to a sitting position.
That guy
the guy that you just shot.
I was just gonna stab the worm.
You just set him on fire.
Should I set him on fire?
Yeah, we have to.
You don't really have time as this thing is running towards you, this big monstrosity.
You have cocktails.
Yeah, I'm gonna place it because I'm not very good at throwing. I'll place a Molotov cocktail down at my feet, and then I'll run with the intent of turning and shooting the Molotov cocktail.
Okay. You book it, and right around the time...
I'm lighting the Molotov cocktail.
Okay. Right around the time you get to the train tracks, this ghoul of this crazy ex-priest who you have thought you killed now reaches around the corner of this destroyed building. This large monstrosity of a creature is starting to get close to this as well. This is your opportunity to fire.
And
Should I shoot? I think I should shoot.
Sure, you can shoot.
I have like 89.
Should we both get a shot off to ensure that we hit this thing? I don't mind, I've got the ammo to do it.
It was my mistake, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, we'll both get a shot off then to ensure that we hit this thing. Okay, I'll fire my... Yeah, I'll fire a rifle, you fire a rifle. Sure.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
fucking
an
right.
extreme.
There is a deafening explosion as you guys' rifles go off at the same time, and this ghoul turns and howls at you as your bullets hit this Molotov cocktail at the same time. one of your rifle rounds actually takes this guy, takes his leg off at the knee down. And it just splinters off and spins down the road as he falls over. The road is just coated in flame. And you guys see the ghoul screaming and running around in a circle as he's coated in flame. And you see this large monstrosity pull himself up and stop, skidding to a halt right in front of the flames. And he's standing there staring at you. And it is this moment you realize you recognize this monstrosity as the waiter that was inside of the inn, with his slicked over blonde hair and really nicely, what at one point was really well put together outfit, but has just become shredded and torn over his misshapen body. And he's sitting there gurgling and breathing heavily and staring daggers at you as you and the rest of the survivors make your way out to the hideout.
This has been an It's a Mimic production. You can find more quality content on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube, or at www.itsamimic.com.